Hi there, it's Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. This was just spoiled earlier today. Thought I'd hurry and make a video on it, as this is by far the juiciest event deck we have ever seen as far as value. Now, I'm not quite sure I quite like the design because there's just some weird cards in here. The money cards. Well, one of the money cards I believe does fit in the deck. The other money cards are kind of weird in this particular B, but not this build. But nonetheless, whew. Whew, there is some value in this Ultimate Sacrifice Battle for Zendikar event deck. So right at the bat, we have a Mythic. Is this the first time? Someone correct me if I'm wrong. Is this the first time a Mythic has been in the deck list of an event deck? I think it is. So now it seems like they're going to start going all out on event decks. And event decks, aren't they? They are cheaper than Clash Packs, I believe. We'll have to see exactly what the MSRP on these are going to be. It should say somewhere. But this has a Tasigur of the Golden Fang, a Whisperwood Elemental, which is an incredibly good Mythic card, and dun 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 dun, a Hangarback Walker. So just from the Tasigur and the Hangarback Walker, you're looking at $25 in just value, even by going by low prices with Tasigur and Hangarback Walker. The good thing about both of these cards, Hangarback Walker and Tasigur, is they have a bit of eternal playability. They're both played in Modern. Hangarback Walker is starting to make a lot of waves in Affinity, and Tasigur is a staple in both Esper Delve and Grixis Delve. So we also have an Evolutionary Leap that I think is a breakout card one of these days. It's a very powerful card. I think it's powerful enough in Modern. If you want to see some deck lists that use Evolutionary Leap, definitely go check out Tudor's library. He's done a ton of decks in Modern trying to break this card. And he believes, as well as I believe, that this card is a card that could easily be broken or be a Modern staple. Now, not only do I like the value from the Ultimate Sacrifice, but I definitely do like the theme being a sacrifice type strategy. And that's where the Smothering Abomination being one of the other rares comes in here, that you get value whenever you sacrifice a card. And then this is just packed full of Eldrazi spawns. And yeah, lots of Eldrazi spawns, a Sack Outland Nantuko Husk, a Grim Haruspex, and the other rare that whenever non-creature token dies, you draw a card, which actually is great in this deck because you're sacrificing a lot of tokens. But nonetheless, it's not bad. And even a Rot Shambler to put counters on it whenever another creature dies. So we have two of my favorite cards out of the Zendikar, Battle for Zendikar spoilers, which I was a little bit worried about. I want to pick these up as soon as possible, and I think it's going to be very easy for me to pick up little cutthroats now. With two of them coming in event, you better believe I'm going to buy this event deck. It's value city. So if you're seeing it sitting on any Hangarback Walkers or Tasigur, the time to get rid of them is now, because this deck is going to be open like crazy. To round out this deck, we have a Warden of the First Treason. Oh, another Mythic. I gotta check out the MSRP for this. We're gonna have to do some research. I'll put it in the comment section and update it. Didn't even see the Warden of the First Tree, but this is also a Mythic. I think this is kind of weird in the deck. I would actually like to see Whisperwood Elemental and Warden of the First Tree replaced with something else that is a bit more synergistic with the deck. It's very weird for Mythic slots, but I think this deck is solid without the Mythics. These are just kind of throw-ins. And then we also have the best carded common here, 2 sacrifice, because it leaves behind a 1/1 Eldrazi spawn. This card's very powerful. Doom Traveler was a very powerful card in its whole standard season, and has seen a bit of Modern play over the years in a few different decks. Blister Pod is just as good as Doom Traveler. I mean, Doom Traveler does leave behind a 1/1 Spirit token. This leaves behind a 1/1 Eldrazi Scion that can sack. So I think that they're pretty equal in power level. I'm thinking green it works better in green than it quite does in white. We also have 2 really good uncommons in the form of Murderous Cut. This will keep the price down for Murderous Cut. And we have a Llanowar Wastes for another rare that's just kind of thrown in the deck. I think that event decks are a great way to help print mana base that needs to be reprinted. But since there's no white in here, there's no way, or another color for a black allied color, there's no way to put a fetch land in here. So I think it's pretty decent as is. Value city. So I'm gonna do some research to see what the MSRP. Maybe they've actually upped it, having 2 Mythics in the deck. So if you have any of these cards, I highly suggest you unload them. there is going to be a huge price dump on all of these cards. They're going to go down in a lot of value, especially the Hangarback Walker that's currently sitting around $18. So is this event deck worth it? Absolutely. Is design good? Yeah, I think it's a pretty decent design. The mythics are kind of weird. So if I were to grade it, I'd probably give it probably a B- overall, just because I think if they're going to throw mythics in there, that they should be a little more synergistic for the deck and not just be kind of, we'll throw Whisperwood Elemental to Warden the first tree in here. Anyway, this has been Kevin with RogueDeckBuilder.com. Thanks for watching.